and welcome back to The Feminine Perspective. My name is Emily.
And I'm Verity.
So another different setup, but, you know, we're still figuring things out.
We'd like to keep you guessing.
Yes. So we just thought we'd have a bit more of a chill conversation and we'll do another dilemma today.
Yes.
So, oh gosh, it's always hard to, like, talk about, isn't it? So, yeah, I know our schedule's been a bit all over the place. It is for good reason. Both of us have been very busy anyway. And yeah, so hard to say, isn't it?
I know. There's been a lot that's happened, hasn't there?
Yeah. So, my cat, Boris, he did pass away. He passed away sort of at the beginning of February. Maybe-ish, yeah. He was 19. Obviously, it's weird, isn't it, now that it's finally happened, because obviously we spoke on here before that I'd had those dreams.
Which I think were quite significant, really, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I would say my body was definitely preparing me for what was to come.
Yeah.
So that's been really difficult.
I'm just going to move, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna copy your position.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been quite hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you know, just he passed on his own terms, which I'm happy about. But it was just a long, dragged out couple of days, you know. Obviously, so I went to France as well. I went to see Dave in concert with my friend.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was so good. France is beautiful as well. Have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
And so we went to France. It was such a nightmare coming back because my flight got cancelled. So that was annoying. So we had to then pay for another hotel, and then we got the Eurostar the next day because there were no flights the next day.
Why did they get cancelled? Did they say?
No.
That's random.
Yeah, I'm guessing the flight was already delayed, and I'm guessing the staff just ran out of their flight hours.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I would assume. But then because obviously everyone booked on to the next flight, the available flight so quickly, there wasn't anything available the next day. So we had to get the Eurostar, but I highly recommend. It's great.
I love the Eurostar. The one thing I would say about it was it's expensive if you don't pre-book it. It's more expensive than flying. I love the fact that you can just get on there with whatever cases you want to take. There's no real weight limit, I don't think. Maybe there is, but you know, it's not like going to the airport where you've got to check it in and do all of this. You just literally can take your cases on with you, which is a plus. And I didn't like the waiting room in London for it.
Oh, really?
No, because there was no well, there was a first class lounge, but they wouldn't allow one of us in because I had 3 people with me and I could only get 2 in on my card. So I had it's a very stuck up way of travelling, but I had to wait in the busy waiting room, and I did find that I think maybe it doesn't have the same level of space that they would normally at an airport, so you don't feel so overcrowded. But the whole experience was it was so quick, and once you're on the train, oh my gosh, I would definitely recommend it. It's so much more comfortable than a flight.
Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, and it's quick as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously we didn't get the Eurostar from London. We got it back from Paris to London. But then, you know, Mum, obviously I didn't know how he was. Mum said he took a bit of a turn when I was gone and started acting weird, and she knew it was going to come, but she didn't say anything to me. And then I came back, and as soon as I walked through the door, the way he greeted me was so different. So literally he ran straight up to me. It was brushing himself on me and was purring really loud. Aww. And he was going it just sounded like love, you know, pure love. And I was like, oh my god, hello Boris, you know. But it was different. Yeah, and I think he waited for me. And I think he was just relieved that I was home, because I think he waited. And then literally that night he took a turn. That was Friday night I got back. And he took a turn from there. And then Saturday I woke up and found him in the kitchen, on the kitchen floor, just frail, and you know. And then obviously I was so upset because obviously then I was I knew it. Sorry.
No, take your time.
I don't want to get upset today. I've done enough of that on here. But just I knew it was then happening. it's weird, isn't it? Like that day that you always dread, that you know, it's so weird when it's finally in front of you and you're like, oh shit, like this is happening.
But did it feel real?
No, yeah, it was so surreal. Weird, because like I got him when I was 7, so I'm 26 now. Like I've had him all my life, you know, and there isn't much of my life I remember without him. So the fact that he's just always been there, you know. But then Saturday, like I did work Saturday, but then it's weird, like everything that happened with it was so perfect. Even though it was awful, it was perfect in the fact that, you know, he died on a weekend. It was, you know, I have Sundays and Mondays off. He died on the Sunday night. It was my mum's weekend off because she works a weekend, has a weekend off. So it fell in that. Me and my dad were supposed to go to London that Sunday. We were supposed to go somewhere called Phantom Peak, I think it's called, which is basically like a live escape room, but it's like a bar. There's like a bar. Cool. It's really cool, yeah. And we were supposed to do that, but then all the trains got cancelled, so it was rail replacement services, and then the Super Bowl was on, so my dad decided against it and was like, we'll just go when it reopens in the summer. So the fact that like everything fell into place, like I had nothing to do, like I was off, you know. I then had the Monday to sort of recover and recuperate myself before then going back to work on Tuesday. But yeah, it was just long. You know what it's like when you, I don't know, obviously I think you know what it's like because you've watched someone pass and it's rubbish, you know.
It's horrible.
It's
because
weird.
I think in that time as well, you're almost like, this is going to make me sound awful, but like it's such a painful, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
They're obviously suffering.
You want it to
and
happen,
you want it
don't
to happen quicker.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the longer it goes on, the more it's prolonged.
Yes.
And then you feel guilty because you're like almost wishing.
You're wishing that it would happen. Yeah, so true. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Like I felt guilty that I was kind of like, oh, I just want this to be over with so I can then move on with, and I can start my healing process. But obviously when you're in that weird sort of waiting, you can't, it's completely out of your control. You can't do anything.
No.
And it's hard. That was difficult, you know.
Yeah.
But like, so yeah, all day sat, literally we were with him every moment of every day. My mum got even less sleep than I bloody got. You know, we were both with him just for every second, you know. Yeah, obviously we didn't sleep much at all because you just never knew when it was going to be, you know. But then, so Saturday, my friend came round. She was like one of my childhood friends. She came round and said goodbye. And then my dad came round on the Sunday and spent like quite a few hours at home and like said goodbye, and that was emotional. And then on the Sunday night I'd called my friend, who was another childhood friend of mine. She's one of my oldest childhood friends, and I called her and she said bye on the phone, and that was literally minutes before he died. So it was nice because everyone who was a part of his life and my childhood, everyone got to say goodbye, you know. And it was nice that my dad was able to, because obviously we all got him together, and we all kind of said goodbye together, you know. But like, yeah, that last sort of hour was rubbish. I'd call it, he started to meow in the last sort of hour, and I think like he wasn't in any pain, or I don't, maybe in the last hour possibly, but he definitely wasn't in any pain before that. Didn't seem that way anyway. He didn't go off and hide like any, you know, like some, usually they say they go off and hide, but he didn't, you know. So like the whole time me and mum were together, if one of us would get up and go to the toilet, he'd get up and we'd be like, Boris, like just relax a second, like we'll be right back, don't worry. But yeah, that last hour was horrible, you know. He was like just meowing, and he'd stopped eating for like the last 2 days, and then hadn't drank anything the last day, so we knew it was like, you know. And then mum had him on her chest for like a good hour, I would say, and then I had him on my chest for a good like 45 minutes, and we just had like our final cuddle, which was really nice. Sorry. And then I'd already googled it, so I kind of knew what to expect, and in that final like few minutes he like started, you know, like lifting his head up and like thrashing his head back and lifting his arms up, and I was obviously upset to mum, and I said to her, I was like, oh fucking hell, sorry.
Take your time.
Oh, sorry.
I think it was hopeful of you to think that you weren't going to get upset.
I know, yeah. It was. Yeah, I kind of just like, you know, when he started doing that, I said to my mum, I was like, I think he's about to go, and she was just like, shook her head, and then we were just kissing him, and we were just saying like, love you, Boris, like, thank you so much for being the best. And like, you know, my mum fucking broke my heart, because before that, on the Saturday, she was telling me that, because obviously he's been her companion through everything, you know, like with my dad leaving and everything else that like we've been through. My mum said to me, she was like, I've always said to him, like, don't you ever leave me. But she was then saying to Boris, like, I know I've always said that, but it's okay, like, you can go. And she said that she has always fucking this proper, I was like listening. She said to me that she has always wished to be loved by someone, and then she said that I now realise that I have always been loved by someone. And she said, I don't think I will ever have that love from anyone again, you know. And that was like, you know what I mean, just listening, I was like, oh, fucking hell. But yeah, we were just like kissing him, and then yeah, he took his final breath.
Bless him.
Yeah, and he died at 9:15 in the evening. And then we stayed with him. We let him stay overnight, just because, I mean, he died in the evening anyway, so there wasn't really anything we could do. But also it just felt wrong to be like, right, let's get rid of him now, you know. Yeah. So we let him have a final night in the house. Yeah. And we just sort of stayed with him. It's so weird, like, the soul is truly a real thing, because as soon as he passed, like, his eyes just looked different. Yeah. You know, it's mad. Like,
yeah, they look so different.
Yeah.
Like, seeing somebody that's alive versus seeing somebody that's passed, or an animal that's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, even, I don't know if someone's died, gone to the, like, you know, the place of rest where you go and see them before.
I've never seen anyone like that.
I have. I've been a couple of times with like with my family and stuff, to see my grandparents and then my stepdad. Yeah. And I just remember knowing like that feeling of there may be like my mum, my brother, and me in the room, but it felt like, and then there was also like someone's body, but there was like 4 bodies, but definitely only 3 souls. Yeah. It was really weird feeling that, and it's hard to explain, but unless I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, because I've never experienced that before. Like when my friend passed away, like, I was saying this to Mum as well, like, that was a much harder experience than this. This is different though, because it was expected, but also there's, you know, it's not as sad in a way, because it's like he'd lived his life, you know, so it was, and he died on his terms, so it was, you know, whereas like with my best friend who passed away, obviously the circumstances of how he died was sad, and then also the fact that he was only 31. He was so young, you know, and it was so sudden, like I didn't expect it at all, really. Like I said before, I knew that something wasn't right, but I didn't think it was going to lead to that, you know. So that was so different. But when I went to see his brother and went to his house, because they lived together, when I went there, obviously that was just sad. And then me and his brother were talking, and he showed me the suit that he was going to take to the, is it morgue? Yeah. Yeah. The suit that he was taking there, so he showed me what he was going to be wearing, and I was obviously upset, and I was just saying like, he's going to look so handsome, you know. And then he said to me then, do you want to come? And I was like, no. No, I was like, I know my own mental health capacity, and I could not, I couldn't have dealt with that. Like, I didn't need to see him to know that he's gone. I believe that he's gone, I know that, you know. I didn't need that sort of confirmation for me.
I think it's different for everybody, isn't it? I think for some people want to do that and have that kind of final goodbye. Yeah. I think for others, it's like you maybe want to hold the memories of their life in your mind.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Yeah. I didn't want my last memory, because like now, if I would think back, I would then think to that moment. Yeah. And I don't want that to be my last memory. My last memory of him was when we spent my birthday together and we did an escape room, and it was really fun, you know. So, like, I don't want to remember any of that, which is why I chose against it. And I'm so glad that I did. And the reason I did that is because, so all my dad's family is Irish, and it's an Irish tradition that you have an open casket in your house.
Yeah.
So when my granddad passed away when I was 7 or 8, something like that, he was in the in his bedroom, sorry, in the coffin, but it was open. And my uncle and that was saying to me that I need to go and see him. And my mum, obviously, she works in a line of work where she sees death a lot.
Yeah.
And she was like, absolutely not.
No.
Like, there is no way. And she said to my dad, I really strongly recommend that you don't. She was like, because he won't look the same. And because of my uncle and all of that pressure, my dad did go. And me and my dad talked about this in recent years. And he says that he regrets going and he wished he'd listened to my mum because he didn't look at all the same. Like, he looked entirely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember that conversation with my mum from earlier years where obviously, like, when I was a kid, I was like, obviously at that age I was like, Mum, let me see him, you know, but obviously as a kid I didn't compute the fact that he's gonna look different or the fact that he's gone. I just wanted to see my granddad. But like, you know, at the time I was like, please, you know, Mum was like, absolutely not. And then as I got older, I then brought it up to her and I was like, thank you for not letting me go and see him, because I'm actually quite glad you said that. But then I remembered that from then when Thomas's brother asked if I wanted to see him, I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah. But obviously with Boris, it was different because I was there, I suppose, you know. But then it's weird, isn't it? Like, just seeing that soul instantly gone from his eye. Like, his eyes were obviously open and they look different. Yeah. So, like, you know, if I didn't believe in it before, I certainly, not that I'm saying that I didn't, but it just confirmed that for me, that, you know, soul is such a real thing.
So real. And
real.
Just that sense of, like, you know, obviously if you're in a room with somebody and they're sleeping.
Yes. You still feel their presence. Yeah.
It's a very different, it's like, it makes me believe that we do have I know we do have sixth senses and stuff. We do. But, like, it makes me really brings it home of, like, how much we probably don't realise we have that sixth sense, like, until a moment like that. Where it's so very obvious that we do sense other people's presence, and the feeling is such a contrast between, like, someone being in a room with you and being asleep, and then, you know,
versus death. It's crazy. It does make me in a way believe that there is more to life than this as well. Just seeing that, you know, like, and as well, like, it's weird, even though he had just passed, he instantly looked different, and it just goes to show that your body is literally just a carcass. Like, you make up you, and without your soul and who you are, you look different.
It's so interesting that you say as well, because you're, like, drawing on the eyes, and they do say, don't they,
the eyes are the window to the soul.
The eyes are the window to the soul. And I think there's some real truth in that.
There is,
So, like, we were having this conversation at work the other day. We were debating, I'm not going to go into, obviously, the details of it. We were debating whether or not somebody was, not anyone at work, like, it's a famous case going on at the moment in terms of whether they're guilty or not guilty. And one of the people at work said, oh, well, I was staring at their eyes in this documentary for ages, thinking, have they done it, haven't they done it, like, trying to see some form of, like, because this work colleague was saying, I feel like you can see it in people's eyes, like, it's a definite soul connection through there.
They say as well, isn't there, that if you ever meet a narcissist, they have a stare,
like a
where there's like a blank, where there's almost that soul part isn't quite there,
connected.
I
feel like I do that sometimes when I'm tired, you know, where you're just, like, staring off into space, or you're just, like, staring through people, but I know what you mean.
It's different, though, and I've definitely, like, I've seen that in life, where I've met people and I look into that and I'm like, there's something just, you know, normally like I'm having a conversation with you, I feel warmth with your energy, and you know, there's a connection, and I can look into your eyes with ease. Now I'm like,
I feel really self-conscious now. I'm like, don't look at my eyes.
I feel like when you mention eye contact, then it's like, oh god,
we're gonna be like this for the rest of the podcast now. I'm just like, don't look at me.
But yeah, like when I've met people like that, I look into their eyes and I feel this coldness. There's like a disconnect, you know? Yeah. It's weird. It's like a glaze.
Yeah, it is.
Have you met people like that?
I don't know if I can think of any specific, like...
Oh, I can't.
I think oftentimes, like, do you know, if you see things like on the news, and I know obviously mugshots are not meant to be the most flattering of pictures, you know, but I think sometimes in a mugshot, I do look at them and I think, ooh, like,
yeah.
I feel like I can see the disconnect, you know, between, but then it is just a picture, and I suppose maybe it's not, like I say, it's not the most flattering picture, is it? They do say, like, I mean, you probably, if you're having a photograph taken in that situation, you're probably not going to be smiling or connecting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I suppose that's tricky, but I can't think of any specific, like, examples.
Yeah.
Can you?
What, in terms of my own experiences?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely think of, like, certain...
A lot.
Yeah.
You're like, yep.
Well, one in particular, when I had that friend I think I told you about, where there was something unspoken about between us, and then, like, I picked up on a few things. Do you remember, like, when I went out for my birthday with my friends, and then he wouldn't really go away?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like, I spoke to him about it and was like, that made me uncomfortable. You know, obviously I held him accountable. But then it was the look that I was getting back where I was just like, you're exactly what I think you are, unfortunately.
There's something just not quite
not there. Yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really weird. Do you get that thing as well, where... See, I'm convinced we have a lot more senses than we are aware of. Where you're just like, you're in a crowded space. So, like, you could be in the tube in London or, like, on a train, or you're in a concert, like, whatever it is, and you just turn around. You don't know why you're turning around to look, but you just turn around and look, and then you catch someone looking at you, and then they go, oh. Yeah. It's, like, almost like their eyes on your body or on you.
Like, you feel it, don't you?
But I don't know if I feel it at that time or whether it's just like something tells me to turn around.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, so there a couple that, even as well, like, have you ever been in your room and you're just chilling and then you're like,
yes.
And then it's like there's a spider on the ceiling or something and you're instantly just like, boom, and you sense the presence, don't you? But like, when I was a kid, I actually tested this because I figured this out when I was a kid. So when my cousins were around, I was really fucking young when this happened. We would play hide and seek. And I hid in my living room. So when this would have been when my dad was still there, so that would have been below 10. And in the living room, we used to have, next to the TV, there was 2 guitar stands, and would have guitars on them because my dad plays guitar. And I would hide behind them, but obviously I'm not that well hidden. But when he would come in, I would then clear my mind and I wouldn't look at him. So rather than hiding and staring, being like, oh, is he going to see me? I would not. And he could not find me.
That's so
I'd
weird.
Sort of figured that out as a kid, you know, just having that presence.
They do say, though, as kids, like, I don't know if you ever watch, like, you know, like them play hide and seek. They do say if they're, like, hiding, the first thing they do is cover their eyes.
Yeah. True, yeah.
They do naturally, I think. Like, I'm pretty certain that is a thing, like, where you're like, oh, if I can't see you, you can't see me. But there must be something instinctive in that, maybe.
For sure. Because I would wonder why I figured that out as a kid. I had that in my thought to not look at him.
Yes.
You know, at my cousin who was looking for me. And it
works.
That's
quite a common thing that kids do in, like, hide and seek. Like, they go, no, don't look at me.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? It's quite cool, though. I like to think that we do just have those, like, special things that we don't know or, like, we can't explain, you know.
Do you think, I think as kids you're more connected to that sort of spiritual world, and then as you get older I think you sort of lose maybe a little bit, just because then you're tainted by your environment, aren't you?
Yeah, you're
I suppose.
More, I guess, open-minded, aren't you?
You are, as a kid,
more magical. And, like, you don't need a logical explanation for everything. Whereas as an adult,
you're skeptical, aren't you? As an adult,
even if you have what is in front of your face, like it's literally happening in front of your face, sometimes you're like, no, I don't believe this. Like, this cannot be happening. Like going back to, like, I know my mum had an experience where she did see a ghost, and she said even at the time it was happening, it was like it just kind of drifted through the room and through the wall, and she said she just sat there for ages just like,
wow, am I seeing this right?
Is this real? She's like rubbing her eyes like, no, that can't be real. And she's like shouting my name, thinking it must be me that's walked through the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to find all these logical explanations. It's bizarre. We do just get ourselves into like a pattern of thinking, or like maybe like we do close off to certain things.
Yeah, I think some people are more open than others into, because like obviously like paranormal experiences, I suppose, go into that. You know, like I'd say we've had quite a lot of paranormal experiences, whereas I've talked to you, you know, like I don't even know if we talked about it on the podcast. You know, we went to that escape room.
Oh my god, yes.
Did we even talk about that?
I know. I think you just did like a little
like on the story.
Yeah, on the story. But that was a fucking weird experience.
Okay, we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when I was telling people about that, some other people, like a lot of my clients and stuff, they were saying that they've never had a paranormal experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, God, I've had so many. Like, how have you not had any?
But I do think at those times, though, I think we're probably more tuned into that. Like, I do think, like you were saying, you can tune yourself out of it.
Yeah, true. Especially if you don't want to believe it. If that's too scary, you might be like, I don't want a fucking experience like that.
Get that away from me. I always used to say that to myself. So, do you know, after all that stuff went down in my house, you know, with like the whole ghost experience, I used to be like, no, I don't want to see anything. I'd always say, like, my stepdad would always say to me, like, if you don't want to see a ghost, if you don't want to see one, you won't see one. And I was like, used to think that was rubbish as a kid, because in all the horror movies that I've ever watched, nobody ever wants to see a ghost, and they always see
a
them.
Ghost.
But I guess it's true. Like, I've had experiences with them where they've, like, you know, weird stuff's happened. But have I physically, like, ever seen one? No. Because I always used to say, I don't want to see one. And so, therefore, I will not.
But yeah, that experience at the escape room was weird, because neither of us were thinking about that. So, I booked a escape room that was in, like, this old cave system. And I didn't know anything about it before I booked it. And then, obviously, we go. She didn't really say much about it either. But it was an old... which one was it? Was it the war? No, we did the war on the second. What was the first one we did? What was that about?
The first one was the ship. It was a ship.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, it was in an old ship. Did you just have to escape the ship? What was it?
So we went down, didn't we? We had to do that weird thing with the blocks on the floor. Then we had to salute people.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what are you doing? And you were like, no, we have to salute. We have to salute all these walls. That was funny. And then you had to climb up onto the next... Oh, we probably shouldn't say too much about what you have to do in this escape room. But...
Well, we haven't said where it is.
No, true. So we had to climb up and find a key, and then we went through to the second room. And in the second room, I think that's where we had to then, like, we just had to find different bits. We had to move stuff off, like, a fireplace and put it on a certain part. And
but you were holding a briefcase, and I was near this. We were near this desk. And in my mind, I was like, I didn't think you were anywhere near me.
Yeah.
But then I felt this presence behind me, and it was like someone tugged at my jumper and put their hand on my back, and obviously I felt it instantly. And it made me I'll play the video in this because it's funny.
So funny.
And like I jumped out of my skin, but then because I jumped, she then jumped as well, and you were so scared.
I was like, what?
Yeah. But then in my head I thought, because I knew you had the briefcase in your hand, I honestly was expecting afterwards, I thought, I bet you just knocked me with your briefcase or something.
No, I know, but I didn't.
No.
And you can see the actual, on the footage, you can see your
moment.
Jumper just pulled out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Weird, yeah. That's mental.
Oh no, we're all looking around.
I can't. I'm trying to recreate it. I can't. But so the woman who, I don't know if anyone's watching has ever done an escape room before. Obviously, normally you get clues, and they're either someone on an intercom, but like they're in character, or they're a screen, and it will be words on a screen that give you a clue. That's in my experience. I've done a lot. That's usually how it goes. So she was like the ghost of the ship, and like when she was talking to us before, like she didn't really say much anyway, because this was about 15 minutes into the escape room.
Yeah.
And she would like give us clues, but it would be within the character of what she was playing. And as soon as that happened, she voiced straight through the intercom. She was like, in just herself, she was like, I've just made a note of that because that was really weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know, we were like, okay. And then we forgot about it. And then we just continued.
Yeah.
We did escape, thankfully.
We did.
Yeah. And we came out, and then she was talking to us, and she was like, oh yeah, this place is actually haunted.
Yeah, and apparently most of it happens in that room.
In that room, yeah.
Oh,
so she said there was the window.
Yeah.
Do you remember? So there's this like fake window that's a part of the game, and in it you have to unlock it, and it comes down, but obviously when it's shut, it's just a window. And she said to us as well that they have seen a woman looking through the window.
I don't remember her saying that.
Yeah, she said that about the window, or they see someone, like it was a woman that would look through the window, or the gap of the window, whatever it was. But yeah, obviously she was saying, what was it, that it was an old air, what was it, like an
air raid shelter.
Air raid shelter, yeah. And it was like attached to a school or something like that, with like little boys, like a little boys' school.
Yeah.
Or something
I think
like
something
that.
like that.
Mm.
But I mean, it was a bizarre experience.
Yeah. And she said they've seen like a man in a like, was it a hat and stuff like that? Or like an old looking, like an old school kind of Victorian
wasn't it
dressed
when she was
man.
on her own there one night as well? Didn't something happen?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, she then, so yeah, she said that everyone has seen the same person in this place, which is weird that they have all seen the same thing, you know, which I think is odd.
Well, yeah, it means it's definitely that thing, doesn't it?
So she was like, do you want to see the footage? So we were like, yeah, okay. But then she showed us footage from another time as well, from a different game where they were playing this like wartime one. It was a different room, and they had there was like this box and like a crate, and there was a box on the edge of the crate, and they were in a completely separate room, like on the other side of the escape room. She showed us this footage, and the box just flies off the crate. Yeah,
that was really creepy, actually. Seeing that, I was like, oh my god,
because again, it wasn't like it was hanging off or anything. It was just it flew off. Like
and
with
it was on the
well.
table.
Yeah,
and then it
was like a crate, wasn't it? Like that wooden crate thing that it was on.
It made us want to do that escape room.
So we did do that one afterwards. Yeah,
we were like ghost hunting by that point, weren't we?
Yeah,
escape rooms. Like, right, we're gonna do every escape room in here.
But she showed us the footage, and I honestly expected to just have an explanation and laugh about it.
Yeah.
But then it was like, that was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, obviously I'm trying to think about it logically, and I'm thinking, what if my jumper just fell at a certain angle? But then I was trying to recreate that, and I just couldn't.
No.
Like, I was stood there for ages trying to recreate that, and I couldn't get my jumper to fall the same way. But it felt and it was the fact that I felt the presence behind me as well was another thing, you know.
Yeah, that was weird.
So strange.
I thought I'd knocked you with the briefcase.
Yeah, that's what I expected to see. Yeah.
No. And we'll have to put that in here, otherwise they won't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'll put the video in.
Oh my god, so funny.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
I love escape rooms.
Oh
I
my
could
God,
do
me
escape
too.
rooms all day,
Me
every
too.
day. Like, ever since the first one I ever did.
What was the first one you ever did?
I did one in Nottingham. It was a gangster one that I did for the first escape room I ever did. I did for my 30th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've only been doing them 6 years.
Yeah.
And that was good. It was good. And we escaped that one, but only because of my really good friend, who is amazing at escape rooms.
Yeah.
And she had done loads, but she's just someone that she's just very clever, like naturally thinks in that way.
Yeah.
And so she kind of got us out of that first one, and then I don't know if we escaped the second one. I think we may have escaped the second one. So my experience was just definitely escaping an escape room, and then when I did more difficult ones with perhaps people that hadn't done them before, I realised, you don't get out of every escape room.
You don't.
Like, you've got to really think hard. But
I haven't got out of all of them either.
No, but I think we do quite well when we're together.
We do, yeah, we do.
The last one we did was funny.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was a weird one. I don't know if I like. I know this sounds really bad, but I don't know if I like it as much as the other ones that we've done.
No, yeah, I agree.
I prefer the ones with like puzzles rather than just like practical kind of stuff.
It was very interactive.
It was very interactive,
but maybe too much. But it was a little bit old, I would say.
Yeah,
it
was too interactive. But
like,
I felt
I
like there wasn't any logic. No,
there wasn't.
And that's the bit that I missed. Yeah. Like the tasks were hard, don't get me wrong. Like the things that we had to do, like they were difficult. But there wasn't, I missed that kind of like problem solving, like reasoning. Do you know where your brain's like working overtime and you're trying to solve stuff?
Yeah. Like there was one where it was like there was this box and you open the thing and had these 4 rocks on it with wheels. That was like
that was the worst.
It was the worst bit. What was
none
on
of
there?
It made any sense.
There was a turtle, an Egyptian horse, a rock, and
a
what was the other one?
Was it a spider? No.
No. What was it?
Was it a snail?
No.
A monkey? Was it a monkey?
No, that was the rock one, wasn't it?
That was the rock. Right. So this is why it didn't make any sense, because they had these 4 boxes, 4 coloured boxes.
In a different room.
In a different room.
That you could change the colours to.
You could change the colours to, but once you figured out the puzzle for that, which I never figured, I mean, I just accidentally pressed the right colours, and then it was like, yeah, you've won. And I was like, I don't know how I did that, but it's done. But like, so it was like supposed to represent seasons, which was really difficult because I couldn't work out
what the correspondence of the season was.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And then the one with the monkey in was the rock.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining this very
But then it looked like, I guess there was a rock next to it and it kind of looked like it could have been made out of a rock, I guess.
Yeah, but even still, I was like, but it's a monkey. You can have a picture of a monkey, not a rock. Like, I couldn't. And then it was like, what's autumn, what's winter? So then you had to feel
the rocks that were different temperatures.
Like, I don't understand how we're connecting the dots here. Like, it didn't make any sense. And then there was that other puzzle where you guys were throwing loads of money into this pot to try and get it to come down.
That was okay.
And then
the rock one made 0 sense.
It made 0 sense.
Because then it was like you had to line up the wheel of what the thing was. So like the rock of like what was the turtle or something like that was then made it so that it was winter or spring, autumn, whatever.
Or summer,
Yeah. It was just weird,
And that's what I didn't like. I guess it's more like abstract, creative thinking, isn't it?
It was whereas far-fetched, wasn't
for me, I was like, just give me like some periodic table here. Like, I liked my favourite one, I think, that you and I have done. I think I really liked that first one we did together.
The ship one?
The ship.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was really practical. Like, and there was some, like...
But it made sense.
It made sense. And it was like... And there was a lot of, like, logical problem-solving stuff that you had to do in your brain. It made sense. I really like one that I've done in Lincoln as well. A couple that I've done in Lincoln, which we can't really name them, can we?
Yeah. My favourite one I've done in Lincoln is called Martha.
Oh yeah,
that one is amazing. Yeah, I did that with Tom Ash and his brother and my friend Sarah. That was so good. My god, that was so good.
Where you have to lie them down in the coffin.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was so good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Because I did my first ever escape room with Tom Ash, and then that's where it sort of bred for me. Was then it was our thing, so we'd do it all the time. We'd do one at least like every month, I would say. Like it was, we were doing loads together.
I love that. The other one I did that was really good was in Australia. When I went there, that was
scary though. Wasn't
oh my god, terrifying! It was based on The Conjuring, and that was quite hard actually. That was a really difficult escape room. considering. Like just stuff didn't really make sense, you know, like there was some stuff about the fireplace in there, like having to take something and do something so that something fell from the fireplace.
Yeah.
Then we couldn't figure out how to get out this room. So I was like, oh, I can't get out of this room. Anyway, we had to get a clue to how to get out of the room, and basically you had to push the back of this wardrobe and it just fell down.
Oh, okay.
But like it's stuff that you wouldn't have like
Thought
naturally
about.
thought of. And then there was a part of this escape room that was really cool, so we had to like line up all these horses' heads in a certain direction based on this puzzle, a bit like Martha that we'd found in the book. And then you kind of lined all of this stuff up, and then you had to then unlock these like it looked like you know, like cabinets with like their own little box, but you had to systematically unlock each box. Well, I unlocked one of these boxes and there was just a handprint there, and I was like, that's weird. So I put my hand on it and I was like, nothing's happening. Then I like put my hand on it again and I was like, nothing's happening. Then I thought, I'm just gonna try this. So I like pushed my hand on it and it opened up into this staircase.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
that's awesome.
Oh wow, this is cool. So then the person I was with like climbed the stairs, had to go through the ceiling latch.
Cool. I love it when they're like a room within a room within a room.
Oh,
like,
it's so cool.
Yeah, there's some in Nottingham that are like that are amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I could do them all day, every day.
Oh my god, me too.
We just need to do like a day where we just go and basically do. I'd love to do like 4 in a day. Like do 2,
really?
Go and get some food,
and do another,
and like replenish.
Yeah,
because it is quite a stressful thing.
It is.
To do.
Yeah. Do you not feel drained after 4? Do you think?
Yeah, I think that's why we'd need to like have a little break in the middle, and then go and do another 2, and then have a little break at the end, like go and watch a film or something.
Yeah, something mindless.
Yeah, just like sit there and just let it all sink in.
We should do that.
Yeah, I would
like
love
a day
that.
of escape room.
Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends that would be down as well.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I know a lot.
We just
of
have to
people...
book it in advance so that then we could get all of the ones that are like after each other. You know.
I'd like to do it somewhere fun, like somewhere I've not been before.
I'd love to go to London and do. I bet they're fun. I bet they're good in London.
I found
or like some cities. You know, I feel like they're the best ones.
Like the one in Melbourne was incredible. That was really good. But yeah, I bet the ones in London or like even Birmingham, you know, like the big.
I'd love to do a real scary one. Even though I absolutely shit myself every time I do a scary one, but
I couldn't. I did do a scary one with the cab. It was a cabin one. That was terrifying.
Was that in the UK? Whereabouts was it? Which one?
I've done 2 cabin ones. One in Lincoln, and the other one's in Lincoln.
Cabin one in Lincoln.
There was another one. Yeah, it was hard. We did get out.
Oh really?
Yeah, we did.
We didn't.
We just made it in time. But I think
Was it where you had the carpet and you had to put the things on the carpet, and there was this foldable map that you also had to do?
Yeah, we had a foldable map.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had to put something on a carpet.
It was like a rug, and it was you had to match the things and put down, like you had to match the pattern of the carpet with the things, and then obviously it had a number on the other side, so then you would know what the number was, and then you had to add it up and it gave you the number.
Oh no, I don't remember.
That was the cabin one in Lincoln.
But there was 2. So but I have done both of them. The one now that's closed down, they start you off in 2 separate rooms.
Yes, that's the one I've done.
Yeah, so I didn't get out of that one.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't
that's the guy that
we
comes
didn't
in
get
with
a
out.
chainsaw.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. We got out of that one.
I didn't get out of that one.
Yeah, I got out of that one.
I got out of the other
one's
cabin.
Chainsaw Massacre. That's not cabin. There was the cabin. Then there's another one in that same building that's the cabin in the woods. And we didn't get out of the cabin one, but that's the one with the carpet.
Oh no, so I got out of the cabin one.
Yeah.
There used to be 2 escape rooms. One, it used to have a prison van.
Yes, I've done the prison one.
I haven't done the prison van. And then it had a cabin chainsaw massacre one there. I didn't get out of that one. They started us off in 2 separate rooms, and
Who was split up? Was it someone in? Did you get split up or no?
Yeah, so I got split up.
Oh, you're the one that started in the different room?
Yeah, all of us did. We all got started in the different rooms. So 2 people got started in this room, and then 2 people got started in that room, and then we had to communicate, and there was like these ropes on the wall. And I was like, and also everyone I was with had never done an escape room before, so I was like, it was really tough. We didn't get anywhere near getting out.
That's annoying.
Cabin one, at the same place that does Martha.
Yeah.
We got out of there.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we got out of that one.
I must have done that one. I can't remember. It's been
So
a long
good.
time since I've done
So
it.
good.
I'd do that Martha one again because it's been so many years since I've done it now. I think I kind of
so
forget.
good.
Maybe when I'm in it, I would remember. I just remember the shelf that fell down and I fucking absolutely shit myself when.
I can't remember the shelf.
Yeah, there's a shelf that like falls down, and because it was one of the first ever ones I'd ever done, it like proper got me.
I can't remember the shelf. We were so good at that though.
Yeah.
We just flew.
Yeah, we flew through that as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because we were in a very escape. I think if you haven't done them for a while and then you go in and do them, it can throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you just have consistently done them,
you're already in that mindset.
In that mindset,
Mm-hmm.
you're just straight there, aren't you? Like, ooh.
Yeah.
That one we did in Nottingham.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one where we had to communicate with each other through the room.
Who did we do that with?
It was just me and you.
Oh, the war one.
The war one.
Yeah. We were good at that though.
We were good. So I learnt something from that,
Mm-hmm.
which I will always take forward with me now
Okay.
to every escape room. So like the triangles and the dots.
Yeah.
So like, so I just remember the woman saying to me, "Well, how do you know that is a 7? Because
Yeah.
it said on this petrol can so and so equals 7." And I was like, she said, "Think about it. How do you know that equals 7?" And I was looking at this piece of paper like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just see squares and dots.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God. So you know where we had the like we had the grids,
Mm-hmm.
and we had like,
Yeah.
it was like a grid of like
Numbers.
and then
And
some
then
of them had
dots.
dots in
Yeah,
and some
yeah.
of them didn't. I will take that with me forever now. I'm like, yes, I will forever know how to answer
Yeah.
that. I love it.
That's the one you'll never need to use it again.
Yeah, no, just in escape rooms.
Yeah.
I have, I think I did use it again in one. I think one for my mum's birthday. But I feel like they're going to get really annoyed with us because we're just spilling out
all
of the stuff that happens. Maybe we should block out the names of the escape rooms just so we're not giving away their secrets. Because they do say, don't they, don't take pictures.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I feel like if you haven't done one though, oh my God, you have to do an escape room. They are literally the best thing.
I love them.
You need to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I know a lot of people that haven't, and then I feel like once you do one, you get a taste for it.
Yeah, you do.
And then that's it.
I would love to do that all day. I feel like that would make my life so much better. If I was rich, I would just spend my time doing escape rooms.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to do as well is they've got like a Traitors game in London.
I would love to do that.
I think we'd be really good at that.
Yeah.
I think
would you be a traitor or a faithful?
No, I think I'd be really bad at being a traitor.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I would feel awkward. Like, I think I just look really awkward when I'm lying.
Yeah.
Like, people can just tell. So I'd like to be
a faithful.
Yeah. I feel like I'd feel more comfortable in that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would, if I had the choice, if it was like I could only do it once, then I think I would have to choose faithful because I think traitor would stress me out.
Yeah.
But if I could play it more than once, I would love the opportunity to try and be a traitor just to see if I could do it. But I think I would be better at faithful because I think I'm better at psychoanalyzing people.
Yeah.
That's what my ego tells me anyway.
Can you imagine being a traitor and feeling that stress and like
oh my God, yeah.
the pressure of having to...
I'd be really emotional, I think. That would be such a give. I think I'd be so emotional. People would be like, what is wrong with this girl?
Just be like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But like, imagine... And you'd have to think and you'd have to not slip up. You'd have to just be watching everything you're doing and saying for such a long time, turning people against each other and no, it's just too much.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
I'd rather just be
a faithful.
Be faithful, yeah.
I need to watch the trailer. That's what I've saved it.
Have you?
For my trip away.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it whilst I'm away.
It's so good. This series I think is the best.
Really?
Yeah, out of all of them.
Because there's two. I haven't watched the celebrity one and I haven't watched the
they're both
newest
good.
one.
They're
So
really
I will
good.
watch that. That just reminded me actually, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you need to
save
watch
all
that.
of them and watch that whilst I'm away.
I always find myself with the Traitors though. I end up fast forwarding the task in the middle because I couldn't give a shit.
Really?
And so I'm just like, I just want the round table and I want the murders. That's all I care about. I'm like, take me to the round table.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to the bit where the traitors all decide who they're murdering and who they're not.
It's the only show I've watched where I'm like off the edge of my seat, where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like it proper gets me.
It's really good this
so
time
exciting.
around. There's
Is
a
it?
lot
Okay.
of drama in it. It's
Yeah.
so good.
The thing is, I imagine it will keep being like that, because then the more people that, well, obviously when you first do it, no one's watched it before.
Yes.
So no one really knows what to expect.
Yeah.
But then I suppose as you watch it, you sort of develop tactics to know sort of what to look for. And
Yeah, I guess so.
I imagine as the seasons go on, it would be harder for Traitors to win. Possibly.
Yeah.
Unless, in that sense, maybe people would overthink it. So in that way, it would do you a favour.
It's hard, isn't
Yeah.
it? I bet as well, like, it's going to be one of those situations where when you're watching it, it's going to be a very different experience to actually, like, being in it physically under pressure. I bet there's loads of people that think, oh yeah, I would be a good traitor, and then they go into that situation and they just fuck up because sorry, I've sworn so much on here. Sorry.
We're so deep into this now.
Yeah,
like, we've sworn on so many episodes.
I know. I just think, oh, I can't just bleep it all out. I really apologise. Yeah, I feel like that's a nice episode, don't you? Mm-hmm. And then should we do one more?
Must be so boring for everyone else. They're like, fucking hell, just talked about escape rooms for half of it.
We talked about the Traitors. Yeah. I need to start watching Love Island. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Is it still on?
Yeah.
I do need to start watching it.
I've been making the guy that I'm dating watch it. He loves it.
Does he?
He loves it. We watched the final together as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched. Wait, so it's already been the final?
The final's already been
done.
Yeah.
I'll watch
it's literally
it
just you said that last time because we spoke about the last one.
Did we?
Because the last one was this was All Stars, so this is like the winter one, and then the summer one.
When's the summer one?
When we first started the podcast, I talked a little bit about the summer one before. I think it's like June, July time.
Okay, I'll watch the summer one.
You need to make sure you do though. It's so good.
I'm not really a Love Island person, but I will try.
See, I just like people watching.
Yeah. I think
I enjoy the drama when I'm not involved.
Yes, I do like the drama. I like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's
I've not
my
seen
drama.
that.
Oh, that is so good. But you have to watch it right from the beginning, and I don't know if you'd be able to connect with it from the beginning because it's so long ago. Yeah, it's like 2010 it started. You know, with all like the big handbags and like the fashion from 2010 where it was like.
Do you have to kind of watch it from the beginning then to sort of understand their stories?
To understand the characters. And I think the best seasons are like the middle seasons. So like season 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and probably season 10. And then it kind of just goes down. Sorry guys, but I mean, not that they'd be watching our podcast. But it just kind of goes downhill from there. Yeah. Like, it's just a bit, like, it's just not as dramatic and it doesn't feel as genuine. I think they're very guarded in terms of what they're allowing out in public. Yeah. But there's been some real showdowns on that show.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah, so much. So, you know, have you ever heard of the film Erin Brockovich?
No.
Okay, so there was like this really famous lawyer in the US who was like for a long time like a hero lawyer that he basically like there were like disasters and things, so like big companies would like profit off of like, I don't know, like an aeroplane crash or like there were like you know, just big disasters that he would get involved in, kind of like championing the victims and getting them all their money. He won so many big cases. So like one of the famous cases he won was in this Erin Brockovich film that's like a Hollywood film. And so he was the big lawyer in there, and one of the women on the show was, I don't know if she still is or whether she's divorced from him, but one of the women on there was married to him. Well, anyway, on the show, it all comes out that basically he was embezzling all of the money from the orphans, from these people, like Burns victims and all of this. So he'd won them all this money at court, like millions of dollars, and then just never gave it to them. And he took it all for himself. Yeah, his company was embezzling the money. And that all came out on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And this woman went from having her... like, I mean, she's stunning. She's like 50 something, but she looks like she's about 30. But she had everything, like Cartier rings, like just you know, private jets, everything. She goes from having all of that to having nothing.
Really? Is that because she was married to him?
Yeah, so all her money was tied up in him. She had no idea any of this was going on, but obviously then the public were like, how could you not know? So she based all of this stuff, and there's some like real...
I think there's a possibility of not knowing.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, 100%. I don't think she actually did know.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, Bella and Gigi Hadid, so their mum's on it at some point. She's on like season 5. So you see them as like kids growing up and then going into like modelling and stuff. It's actually
Did you watch the new documentary on Victoria's Secret model?
No.
That's really good. You need to watch that.
I know.
Yeah, it's 3 episodes. That's good. It's crazy, like what they would do.
I watched
it's like humiliation rituals, like
you
know, like the stuff that they would get them to do, like.
Are you talking about
just
not
evil.
Victoria's Secret? Are you talking about America's Next
Top Model? Yes,
I did watch that.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
crazy, isn't it?
Oh my God, I was watching it like, okay, it starts off nice, and then you're like, what? Like some of the stuff, like the scene where they were like, okay, it's like a murder photo shoot. And then someone's mum had been shot. Yeah.
Like,
and then they made her...
Like, that is crazy, disgusting. Isn't it? So disgusting.
And also, I was like, how is that a fashion show? Like, what is this? And then, like, the fact that the girls were already really, really thin.
So skinny,
They're so skinny. And then they're like, oh, you're really fat. And
I
was
my
like,
God, horrible, yeah.
This is exactly why. Because, obviously, I grew up in that.
Yeah.
In that era.
It's happening again though, I think.
Yeah, the skinny era.
But I think this is on purpose, because I think they like to keep women weak and feeble. They don't like, I think, because women are a powerhouse, and I think they do, it's a psychological thing. I think they do it on purpose.
It's interesting
they make it trendy.
That, because my daughter, please block that.
Yeah.
My daughter said something really similar to me whilst we were watching it. We watched it last weekend when she was down, and she said, why do they want us to be skinny?
Exactly.
Because they want us weak.
To be weak, yeah.
They don't want us powerful.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, that's a really interesting take on it. But it's interesting because you're the second person that's kind of said that. But I also think part of fashion is the unattainable. So like, if you can attain it, then it's not fashionable. Like, it's a bit like what's fashionable is rare. What's, you know, like so I do think that now being skinny is more easily accessible through things like Monjaro and stuff. I wonder if we'll see a bit of a shift and maybe it'll go the other way, because actually...
No, I don't think so.
I
think that's where it's all coming. Look at all the, you know, like Ariana Grande and Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, all of them lot, they've all lost loads of weight. Yeah. And I think they're propelling this fashion again. Yeah. Like, you know, fashion sort of always comes back.
But then we'll all take forever to lose loads of weight. This is how it always goes for me. I always feel like I'm like 3 years behind, and then I finally get there, and then they all want to be fat. Yeah. Or they're not fat, but you know what I mean? Everybody then wants to do something else. And I'm like... You just feel like you're constantly chasing your tail. Like... But
it is so unhealthy to achieve that level of skinny. Yeah. It is really seriously not healthy for you.
Like, that is nice.
No, it doesn't. And that's really difficult, you know, and I really hope that we rebuke that, because I think that is so dangerous. I think it's a slippery slope we're heading towards again, and I think there's a reason why they want us weak.
I also think as well, like... which is very sad, that I think already there's a lot of pressure on women in terms of like appearance, and you know, we've got to look young and we've got to look this and we've got to look obviously skinny now because it's coming back into fashion, and like there's just so many disorders, I guess, that come on the back of this. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't be there otherwise, but I do just think like at some point some of the celebrities or like some of the people that are like the companies that are pushing this need to actually be accountable and actually say, no, do you know what, we're not going to push this standard. So it's not healthy, it's not good for, like, I just want women to be healthy, strong, happy, you know, whatever that looks like for them, you know, because it will look different for us all. I'm not saying you have to all be out there lifting weights and doing all of this, but
it is very good for you.
It is good for you. But like, just being happy in yourself.
Yeah,
and I just
absolutely.
think that is the fashion industry, just 100%. It feeds off
insecurity. Yeah,
because you have to look younger, you have to look prettier, you have to look thinner, and all of these things. So it does really feed off people's
it does.
And it never will never be anything else, really.
No.
I would hate to work in that industry. I remember working in the beauty industry for a very short period of time, and just feeling that pressure of like how you had to look a certain way, which I don't feel so much now in my current role. But you know, I can't imagine what it would be like to be in that industry. Like as a model or something. I just think, God, you'd be constantly comparing yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
To everyone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not thin enough, I'm not pretty enough.
Yeah.
Sad.
It is sad. It's worrying, the whole state of everything right now.
Oh, God. Don't. I've already been anxious today. I've woke up and I was like, oh my God, I was fine. And then I was scrolling on Instagram and I was like, I'm so anxious. Oh my God, I need to get off here.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
No, I know.
So don't worry about it.
I'm not going to. I just think I'm not going to feed it at the end of the day. Just leave
I think that's what it is, though, is that they feed off fear, and that's where a lot of it, you know, comes from. I think just don't worry about it. It doesn't directly affect you right now, so just
no.
And I know that's quite a naive way to look at things. I know it's awful what is happening right now, and it should not be happening, but there is nothing we can do about it right now. And sometimes you have to put yourself first and just, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, what can I do? Nothing.
Exactly.
What can we do? Nothing. We can do nothing. All we can do is what's within our power, and at the end of the day, we don't hold the red button, do we? So.
No, but hopefully that's changing soon.
Wow.
Because of everything that's been coming out, but, you know.
You never know.
Never know.
I don't know, you know. I don't know. I sometimes feel like people are just untouchable, and which is, anyway.
I think good outweighs the bad, though.
Yeah, good.
And
so
I
it
think,
should.
Yeah.
I'm all like, come on.
Yeah, and I think this is now shining light on. Obviously, we're being quite cryptic right now, but anyone who's watching will know exactly what we're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
But I think good outweighs the evil, and I think now it's just the light is being shed on the evil that maybe we didn't realise was happening before, and now I think there is power in knowing.
What you mean, like the populations knowing?
Yeah, like just waking up. I think there's a great awakening right now that's happening, isn't there? Of just like,
I just think there's such an unfair, like there's such an inequality in the world that just has gone on for so long. And I think if you're going to, like, my opinion on it is, if you're going to punish the people that have less money or the people that have, you know, all of this, then you should be holding the people who are running a country to the same standards.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I'm going to say on the matter, really. Or the people that are powerful and at the top, I just think actually they need to live by the same standards as everybody else is made to live by.
Yeah.
You're not above the law. No, you should be. And the fact that they have been is not not okay.
It's not okay. And hopefully now, we'll see.
Oh,
Who knows? But, you know, it's good though that I think people are now finding out and realising, and hopefully that propels some sort of change. And on that note...
Okay. Thanks for listening.
That jolly note.
We've covered a lot.
This is so weird, yeah. We've had a mad, like, deep conversation about everything.
We have.
As we always do.
It's good.
Well, we hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Spotify, subscribe to our YouTube, all of those lovely things. And, yeah, we will catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.